Hey guys, so something that just reminds me why it is that I really want to do what it is that I want to do, which is be a published author, is the mind of a child. Just little reminders of how ridiculously cool a child's mind is. Because to me, a child's mind is equivalent to a healthy imagination. Because there's that endless sense of wonder and curiosity, and sometimes, from where I sit anyways, that seems to disappear for a lot of people as they grow older. And I don't think it's something that should. And that's one of the reasons why I love writing so much, is because it still feeds that wonder and curiosity. What reminded me of this was doing one of my favorite things to do when I come home, which is volunteer at my home church. Specifically, there were different instances this past Sunday, because we had our Christmas Eve services this past Sunday instead of doing them on Christmas Eve. So there were 4 services. I volunteered in the elementary school age department for 3 of the 4 services. And I had 3rd graders, 4th graders, and 5th graders. One of the kids that I worked with, if I remember correctly, it was in my 3rd grade group, but I don't quite remember. It could have been 4th grade. I know it was one of the morning services and I had 5th grade that night. Yeah. One of the kids asked me, well, if it's Jesus' birthday, then why is it that we get the presents? That's a completely logical question. Because if you think about it, when it's your birthday, you get the presents. It's not you giving presents to somebody else, although I do know people who have done that before. But when it comes to Christmas, which is technically Jesus' birthday, because we're celebrating the birth of the one true Savior, we're celebrating Jesus. But why is it that we get the presents? Isn't the fact that Jesus was sent for us present enough? I don't know. It was a really cool thing. And that was just one instance of where a child's mind blew me away. Another instance, it tickled my funny bone a little more, this other instance, and it was something that my church did that you only got to see if you went to the main service, but it's now on the internet, so anyone can really see it. But they went around and asked kids some questions about Christmas, and from the answers that they gave, they made a new Christmas song. So if you would like to check that out, because you'll get to see all of the interviews with the children, and you'll also get to hear the song, I definitely think it's worth checking out. It tickled my funny bone. I really enjoyed it. The link will be in the description below. It's nice to be reminded of how we need to kind of be pulled back to that childlike wonder, and how that can make us look at things a little bit differently. And that's one of the reasons why I love to write so much, is because it's really kind of the only job. Well, maybe filmmaking also fits in with that, and that's something else I would kind of like to do. It's just, you have the ability to make something completely up, and no one's really going to question your sanity or anything about it, because they take, oh, it's your job. But I think for those of us who either want to be in the business or are in the business, I think we view it a little bit differently. I know I do. I view it more as, this is kind of who I am. I want to be paid to be a child. Think like a child. Not necessarily specifically a child, I want to write young adult, specifically. But, in order to create believable worlds, you have to go back to that childlike wonder and curiosity. And, I don't know. Being reminded of those things just kind of reminded me as to why it is that I want to do what I want to do. And I just felt like sharing that. So, you should definitely check out Christmas in Bevelton. Yes, you heard me correctly. Bevelton, not Bethlehem. Definitely go see it, 'cause then you can find out what the ox says. Not what the fox says, the ox says. And I will see y'all next video. Merry Christmas.
I really enjoy Jane Austen's novels for the humor that is in them.